Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. And for those of you who are new, my name is August Rose Crothers. I am an author, poet, content creator, freelance writer, and more. I have been an indie author and content creator for about 2 years now, and I'm just now starting to ramp things up, get into schedule, and figure things out. I'm still very much growing and learning, but I figured with this YouTube channel, I can go ahead and make some tips to help you guys out. Today, we're going to be talking about how to stop wasting your time and schedule your time as an indie author and content creator. Now, how do those things mix? Well, if you're writing a book, whether you're self-published or you're hoping to be traditionally published one day, building and having a brand that reflects you is probably one of the most important things that you can do in these beginning stages, outside of actually writing your books. The world has changed, and with the ever-growing world of social media, it is now expected of authors to have a brand, whether you're self-published or if you want to be traditionally published. A lot of these agents and publishing houses are looking for people who are present online. And if you've chosen or are choosing the self-publishing route, then marketing is all on you. It is all your responsibility. Hence why content is so important, even if you're just a writer. Here are some tips for scheduling your time. Many people over the last year have either commented on my videos or DM'd me asking, how are you focusing on so many things at one time? I am writing a few different projects at one time. I am usually self-publishing. I'm making content every day. I publish on YouTube once a week. I publish on TikTok every day, publish on Substack once a week. It's a lot, and I definitely get overwhelmed at times. But the key here is time management. Oh, I'm not gonna lie to you. Creating content and being an author means that in order to create content efficiently and regularly, you're gonna have to take some time away from your writing, especially if you're working a full-time job. It may take a few months or even a year to figure out what schedule works for you in your life, but here's what my writing and content creation schedule looks like. And for me, it's taken about a year to figure this out. So you're gonna wanna start with your goals, with your big goals. For me, I did this at the very beginning of the year. I made a list of all of the things that I wanted to achieve in 2025 that were reasonable and achievable. And then I broke them down by month, every month and what I wanted to get done and how I wanted to get to those goals. After you break down your big goals into small manageable goals, you are gonna want to figure out how to keep track of this every single month. For me, I have a whiteboard that sits in my office directly in front of my desk to remind me of my goals every time I sit down to write or to work or to create content. And I change out that whiteboard every single month, which you can see in regular videos on my TikTok page. Not only do I write my writing goals for every month, but I also write my content goals and my goals for my literary magazine, which is another project that I'm working on. And from there, I schedule every single week with the intent in mind of I need to work on these projects. What do I need to work on? Every single week, I'll usually set some time aside to work on my novel, to work on some editing, to work on some poetry. I also content batch every week, which we're going to get into what that is, and any important steps that I need for my literary magazine, such as content creation, website development, or going through submissions. Even if you just have 30 minutes or an hour every week to work on your novel, being able to schedule that means that over the course of a year, you can write a quarter or even half of your novel. In just the 6 months of 2025, up until last month, I was only able to write in my fiction novel once a week, and I have written over 10,000 words in that fiction novel. So if I were to keep that pace, I would write 20,000 words, which is about half of a regular first draft of a novel in a year. Luckily for me, I'm able to kind of pick up more time and find more time slots as I get used to managing my schedule, which means that you probably will be able to do that too. If you're having a hard time kind of getting into the zone when you sit down to write, or you feel like you're forcing writing inspiration to come, especially if you're working on multiple projects or content batching, or content creation has kind of gotten in the way of your writing time, make sure to have your outlines, your notebooks, your playlists, your mood boards all ready for you to help with that inspiration. Now for content planning and content batching. This is how you're going to manage your time to make sure that you can still efficiently and regularly create content while also working on your creative writing projects. I have a quick video of what this looks like on my TikTok, which I will link below, but here is the gist. If you are not super into creating content and you don't already have a content plan, I want you to start by doing research and creating a list of content ideas somewhere, whether that's your Notion, your notebook, Canva, whatever works for you. I want you to see what creators you like, what videos they're making, write that down, what videos you're making that can promote your work, what videos to make to help other authors, and what videos to make that already naturally go in your schedule or your life, whether that's vlogs, aesthetic reels, or whatever. feel free to scroll on TikTok and doom scroll for like an hour to do this research. After you have plenty of content ideas and you feel comfortable and you feel ready to make the content and get going, I want you to plan all of your content a month ahead. So if it were the middle of July right now, I would plan for August ahead of time. Here's kind of what the calendar that I do to plan looks like. It's just a document in my Canva that I handwrite with my Apple Pencil, filling in regular videos that I make every single month, videos that promote my work, videos that help other authors, and just like little vlogs, because I like to do vlogs. But if you don't like to do vlogs, then you can put some other category of content in there. Once you have your content planned for the month, every single week when you're planning your week ahead, when you're scheduling in your writing time, you can also batch your content ahead. Let's say this is the content that I have to make for the week. On a Friday, I would make all of this content within 2 hours. That way I have it ready to post every single day. For vlogging or in real life content, this is kind of hard, but this is where I just make the reminder in my daily to-do list, so that way when I wake up in the morning, I look at my to-do list and I say, oh, I have to make a day in my life vlog today. Let's go ahead and get that started. For content batching, you can also pre-plan your captions as well. On Fridays, when I am batching my content for the week, I am also pre-writing my captions. Now, make sure to not beat yourself up if you fall behind on this or if you find yourself struggling with this. Like I said earlier in this video, this can take months or even a year to figure out what works for you and how to get into that schedule. Allow yourself to make those mistakes and allow yourself to take your time getting into it. This is going to take time, and allow yourself to take that time to do so. Allow yourself to take that time to figure out what your brand looks like, what videos work for you, what videos you like making, etc., etc., etc. That's pretty much all of the notes that I have for today. If you have any questions, please leave a comment down below. Thank you guys so much for watching this video. Please subscribe for more. If you like things like this, you can also subscribe to my Substack down below, where I send out a blog and a newsletter every single Friday. And then you can also find my TikTok page down below, where I post content every single day. Thank you guys again.